think I joined about 8, 7 months ago. And it's been great. I look forward to the calls every week. I don't feel like I'm missing anything in my work schedule by blocking that out. I have taken a ton of notes and reference back to them. Having the calls being available to go back and listen to has been super helpful.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Female Empowered Podcast. I'm your host, Krista Gurka. And today we have a pretty cool episode today. So, one of the things I hear a lot is, or it's a popular quote. It's, we overestimate what we can do in a day and we underestimate what we can do in a year. So, what I wanted to kind of wrap up the 2023 with is a year of achievement from some of the women that are in our mentorship group. So I have two different mentorship groups. I have my FitBiz Foundations group, which is for emerging business owners growing to their first six figures and beyond that are really trying to systematize the business. So we have a variety of business owners in that group. We have some that are solopreneurs. We have some mobile therapists. We have some Pilates studios. We have some insurance-based practices, some fitness concepts. We have an aerial and a pole studio in there. So it's a really great group of women that are really trying to systematize their business and just learn business, right? All of them are the practitioners, the technicians, the product of their business. And putting on a business owner hat and a manager hat and a leadership hat is very different than treating a patient or teaching a class or doing a performance. So the FitBiz Foundations group is amazing. And I wanted to have a couple of them share things that they have achieved in their first year in the group and in the year of 2023 in their business in general. And then I also have my inner circle, which is for female business owners that have surpassed $250,000 or more in annual revenue and are looking to grow teams so that they as CEO and owners can step back from the day-to-day operations of the business and start additional revenue streams. So we have a lot of women in this business, in this tier of mentorship that are starting their own coaching programs or additional integrative health services or online mentoring for their profession or their niche. And so it's a way for them to learn how they can continue to grow beyond 300, 400, $500,000 in revenue while relinquishing control and delegating to team members so that they can really grow into a new role and start generating revenue from additional revenue streams, a new passion. And so that's what we do in the inner circle. And so what I just invited a couple of my members to share what their experience has been. So you all can learn a little bit about what you get in the program and really see if some of these women resonate with you and what they're going through. Because there's nothing better than listening to people that are really in your same shoes doing what you do. I mean, I can tell you all the great things about what I think is great about the mentorships, but hearing from people that are actually going through the program and have seen results is ultimately the best. So I hope you enjoy this episode where we have a couple women in our mentorship group sharing their amazing successes over 2023. All right, have a listen.
The weight that is off of my shoulders from like when I spoke to you like 6 months ago, right? To like where I am now, like I did not imagine that we would be able to like get back to doing this quickly.
That's so
So like
great.
it feels so good.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I mean, what I tell this is why, like, there definitely is that feeling of like, I don't know, is coaching for me? Like, is consulting for like, how is it going to work for me? Like, you just, when you're so in the weeds, you can't even see like what could help you get out of it. And I'm so convinced, I'm so happy you said that, but you did the work. it's like with a patient that's like they're like so injured that and they're so much in pain and like they see so far, especially an athlete, from like where do they have to get to get back on the playing field, but you can see it for them. You can see it.
Yes, right.
They can't see it. So, but I can see it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why there are some people that I'm like, they're not going to be successful in the program. You know, patients that you're like, these people are going to
Totally.
fail rehab, right? I can see it in people because I know that just giving someone a guide rails, and like zooming them, you're going to do the work. And I knew that from the time I spoke to you. And I was like, I'm so glad though that you see it and you feel it because that's the most important thing.
Yeah, no, and like honestly, like I think the piece of it that's been most helpful for me is just, I mean, number one, your honesty. I really like I appreciate
Oh,
that. That
thanks.
is like I'm honest, right? I'm not gonna waste someone's time. Like I don't want anyone wasting my time. Like you don't have to beat around the bush. Like
Yes.
I really, really appreciate that about you. And then all like just the fact that you've been there and done that, right? Like and just seeing
Thank you.
another female like be able to figure out like this is what success means for me.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter what like especially there's just the whole society thing of like this is what motherhood or bit like whatever should look like you can do it your way and that's great, and your way doesn't
Yeah.
have to look like my way. It can look totally different and that's great for you, and like that I think just again gave me permission to be like, oh, I can do
Yeah.
this the way that works for what I
For
want.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
So I
Yep.
think I could take in a little bit more. So when we look, and I just met with my accountant, so I've already surpassed my entire earnings for last year already.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So when I look at it that way, of course, last year was only like a 10-month year, but whatever.
Well,
Um,
but it's only been 6 months this year. Can you give yourself like a pat on the back, please? Even if it was only a 10-month year last year, it doesn't matter. You did that in 6 months this year.
I
That is
know.
a huge accomplishment.
I am Kristen Harden, the founder of Gold Coast Pilates Therapy, a brick and mortar PT and Pilates studio in Beverly, Massachusetts. I opened the doors to GCPT in June of 2022 and decided to enroll in FitBiz Foundations in October of that year after listening pretty faithfully to Krista's podcast and realizing that there was someone else out there who understood not only my specific business, but what it takes to scale and grow while balancing life with 2 young children. Over the past year, I have been supported with one-on-one calls, group calls, referrals to a trusted team of virtual assistants and accounting professionals to take a lot off my plate, and other resources that have given me actionable steps to take in my business each week, each month, and each quarter, as well as a lot of accountability. In my first year of business, I was able to hit 6 figures while taking 5 full weeks out of town and away from the studio, which is something I never thought I would do. Without the generous support that Krista offers her FitBiz Foundation members, I'm not sure that I could have achieved that kind of balance in my life. Entrepreneurship can get lonely, and enrolling in this program has helped me connect with several other like-minded business owners who are dealing with similar challenges. If you find yourself with imposter syndrome, hitting roadblocks, or feeling lonely in your health or fitness business, I highly suggest that you join this program. In it, you will find other women who are juggling the same balls that you are, and you will get tremendous support in conquering your challenges. I just came back from the CEO Summit 1 week ago and feel incredibly prepared with the roadmap to take on 2024. If I did not go, I feel like I would be sitting here spinning my wheels and trying to figure out where to start, all while navigating the holiday season. My biggest takeaway from the summit is that whether you have a 5, 6, or 7-figure business in this industry, we are all dealing with the same challenges, just on different scales. Sitting at the table with this group of women was an incredible experience and something that you shouldn't miss out on in 2024.
Hello, I am Jennifer Estes with Pelvic Foundations, a home concierge pelvic health physical therapy practice. And I started with the Beyond the Movement Inner Circle mentorship program led by the generous and amazing Krista Gurka in October 2022. I started this journey because I had no idea how to run a business beyond having myself and knew there was a place for it to grow. I just had no idea how. I am a visionary, not a businesswoman. A year later, going to the CEO Summit, I was surprised at how much knowledge I had gained and also how much more I could continue to gain. The best part was that I didn't feel lost anymore. I was starting to feel as if I belonged and maybe I was not a complete imposter. Though I discovered the imposter syndrome can remain no matter how long or how successful you have been in your business, which is why it's important to have support of others going through the same journey. The CEO Summit is a group of women entrepreneurs uniting to elevate their businesses by hearing from leading businesswomen in the health and wellness industry and beyond. The beyond being those that work with you to help elevate your business from a content or financial support aspect. For example, the summit leaves you with empowerment and a sense of community. Regardless of your phase in your business, this experience inspires and it reassures that you're not alone, and there's always more to learn with newfound clarity. What I personally gained from the summit was that the past year I spent in Beyond the Movement Inner Circle mentorship with Krista Gurka, leading up to the summit, gave me a place to feel more confident in the direction I was going and that I am going with my business. I've gained a sense of direction and clarity on how to run a sustainable business, how to understand the multiple facets of running a business, how to know when to pivot, how to recognize we are not alone in that even the most successful businesses have challenges and that they just have figured out how to tenaciously push beyond them and come out on the better end. Through it all, I learned that you can become more successful when you have a community that can nourish, mentor, commiserate, and in the end, laugh with you. We all have ups and downs. It is what we do with those moments that matter. Mindset and a mentor like Krista Gurka can help you achieve what you desire if you are ready to put the work in on yourself and on your business. There are times it was challenging and still will be. At the same time, the inner circle with Krista and the CEO Summit with brilliant, tenacious women make it all seem possible.
All right, so my name is Stacy King, and I am the owner of Aspire Physical Therapy and Wellness in Potomac, Maryland. And I am a brick and mortar practice, and I am a solo practice, but I am growing thanks to this program. I specialize in orthopedics and sports physical therapy, as well as functional medicine, health coaching, and also provide some Pilates services. I've been in business on my own for 10 years now in my brick and mortar location. And I decided to enroll in the Inner Circle because I needed direction and I needed guidance in terms of I have all of these great ideas and places I want to take my practice, and I didn't know how to implement that. And so I feel like from PT school, and I've been practicing for 25 years, you don't get the guidance and the structure to know how to go about. And for me, that was a little scary. So coming out on my own was fine. And I had my own set of systems, but they weren't great systems, but they worked for me. So my systems worked. But in order to grow, I needed better systems and I needed some direction. I needed some coaching. I needed to get a handle on my financing and my social media presence, and just really tweaking ways and being super specific on those ways to grow my business from the one-on-one standpoint, but also from a direction of how can I grow my business without having to have my hands on patients. So the coaching with Krista and being in the Inner Circle has shown me how other people are doing things, which is really nice. It has shown me that I'm not alone in this process. Other people are struggling, even though it looks like everyone's got it all together. And but really like a safe space to talk about the numbers, talk about the good months, the bad months, talk about blocks into growing your business. And I've had quite a few of those. So just being able to get out there and have open discussions in a safe space has been really important for me, and comforting and invigorating and inspiring. So far in my experience, I think I joined about 7 months ago, and it's been great. I look forward to the calls every week. I don't feel like I'm missing anything in my work schedule by blocking that out. I have taken a ton of notes and reference back to them. Having the calls being available to go back and listen to has been super helpful in case I miss something. It's just an accepting and inspiring group of women owned practices that makes you feel really comfortable right from the beginning, even though it took me personally a little time to figure out how things worked. Very quickly, it became clear on what I needed to do and how I needed to do things. And I love that Krista has altered things a little bit based on our feedback for what's going to work for us. And that's really amazing. That's a good coach. I said on a recent review, I was like, a coach really shines the light on their clients, and Krista's really helped me turn my brights on. And I love that I feel like I'm lit up right now and inspired to move my practice forward and actually do the steps instead of being stuck with my feet in the mud. So for this calendar year, I have generated as a solo practitioner over $250,000 in revenue, which is, I feel pretty good. But I would really like to see that number grow. And me having to not work so hard with my hands on my patients. That's really what I'm driving for, is as I kind of plan for the next 5 to 10 years of my business, what that's going to look like, so I can start to step away from the hands-on care. The summit that we just came back from was amazing. I highly recommend it for anyone who is not only in the program, but anyone who is not in the program. It could really be a catalyst for helping you grow your business. I took 14 pages of typed notes. Such great nuggets of information from every single provider who spoke to us, from marketing and social media planning, and of course financing, which we've talked about, and growing your business. And there wasn't one piece of it where I wasn't completely locked in to what the speaker was saying, and things that I couldn't take away. There were things I could take away immediately and implement into action. And plus, Krista summarized some of the things for action calls. So I always like that I get a review, I get a little summary of what I need to do, because that's important so I don't lose track of all of my notes. Biggest takeaway from the summit, I think, is just numbers, understanding your business numbers, understanding where your business is at, how can you afford to do one thing in order to make something happen, knowing it's okay to have a little dip in income in order to see that growth, and how that will come forward, however many fold it comes forward. That was really like a key. I really appreciated the financing for me was like the biggest part of it. And the 1% that Danielle from Kickstart Accounting had gone over, that was really amazing. What else? For someone who's considering attending the summit next year, it's your investment's worth your weight in gold. You don't know what you don't know, and this is a good opportunity to figure out what you don't know, and to ask again questions in that safe space where everyone is respectful and there to learn and there to grow. And just from listening to other business owners going through their issues helps you grow, because there's always something. If one person's experiencing it, chances are there's other people experiencing it. And just connecting and being in person with people is, we all need that. We're, as humans, we're driven to connect, and just, being inspired by other women it's just, there's nothing else like it. Like just being around other people who inspire you, and other women who are powerful women and successful women, and learning from them and growing is why you should definitely consider going there. If I missed anything else, let me know. I don't know. I'm probably going to stay on after my year is up, because my experience has been so good on a month to month, just until I get everything where I feel like it needs to be. But you don't have to, and I understand that. But there's so much that I wanted to personally get out of this program, and I really feel like huge strides have been made, and I'm checking off all these boxes, but I still see a lot of work that needs to be done. And so just knowing that the program is here, you're committed for a year, which I feel like you need the year, and then deciding what to do after that. And so I'm already planning out because we did some great planning for 2024 already, knowing that I still need some guidance and help and coaching along the way, is amazing. So there it is. All right, guys, bye.
So what'd you think about those achievements? Pretty amazing, right? One of the things that I love about Laura Summers is that she is an insurance-based practice. And even as an insurance-based practice, she was still able to do more than her annual goal in 2023 while stepping back. She has 3 young children. She was able to keep her days off that she wanted to keep off. And what about Kristen Harden, who her first year in a brick and mortar space did over 6 figures and took 5 full weeks off. So beyond the 6-figure mark, just the 5 full weeks off is amazing. And both of these women pay themselves. And their goal for 2024, we're going to try to double their salary. All right. So that's some of the things that we're doing. And then some of the women in the inner circle are the things that they have accomplished in 12 months is really amazing, astronomical. We have Stacy, who literally went on a whole new platform for scheduling, hired a bookkeeper, got on QuickBooks, is hiring someone, got her onboarding and all of her systems down in place. And she's going to start launching an entirely new revenue stream. And Jennifer went from, I think, having 1 team member, transitioning people to employees, creating an entire employee handbook and manual, and has then also gone through the ups and downs of hiring, terminating, people resigning, having to start over. And it's just been amazing to watch them like basically take the reins in their business and realize that 1, they're not alone, 2, they can keep going, and 3, when these things happen, they're more prepared each and every time for the next time it happens, because inevitably, things happen in businesses. So if you are interested in seeing if this is the right fit for you for 2024, we have about, I want to say for Inner Circle, we have a few people on the wait list, but we'll have 3 spaces available. I only take 10 to 12 women at a time. So once there's 10 to 12 women in the group, we don't open enrollment again. But enrollment for both Inner Circle and FitBiz Foundations will be reopening January 2024. FitBiz Foundations, you can enroll all year long. It's always great to start at the beginning of the year because you get a whole fiscal year of working with us in the group. So if you're interested in being in FitBiz Foundations for 2024 or in the Inner Circle, I invite you to visit my website, www.kristagurka.com. Head over to the Work With Me page, and you can get on the wait lists for both programs. So either FitBiz Foundations, if you are a smaller business, 1 to 3 years in business, and are either you want to get to your first 6 figures, or you're just above 6 figures and you really need to systematize your business, get on the wait list there. We're going to start. You can see everything that the program has to offer, and we are going to start enrollment in January. And if you're beyond $250,000 in revenue and you are just feeling like a chicken with your head cut off, holding on for dear life, then, and there is a better way to do business, then consider applying for the Inner Circle. You can go see all of the assets that you get in the Inner Circle. It's basically FitBiz Foundations on steroids. There's a ton of accountability. There's expert group coaches in our program. And that is the one where you'll get more access to myself and my team, as well as we cap it at 10 to 12 women. That next enrollment will be January 2024 as well. And I believe at the time of this recording, we have 3 spaces available. So either way, head on over to my website, kristagurka.com. get on one of the wait lists, or feel free to DM me over on Instagram. I'm at Krista Gurka, and I'm most active over on Instagram, and you can DM me any questions you may have. And until next time, my friends, bye for now.